What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. What's up, and welcome to Two Gun Pixie. This is Tuesday, so that means it's time for Tabletop Takeout. This isn't a full review. This is just thoughts that I had on a game, usually a game that I enjoy, and I just want to share them. That's about it. That's what I do here. I talk about board games and role-playing games because it's my passion. I just love to do it. This is a non-monetized, non-backed, non-patron channel, all just for fun. So just for fun, why don't you join me down the table and I'll tell you what I think about battle systems. So I've been collecting and using the battle systems terrain sets now for, I guess, maybe a year and a half or so, and I've been very happy with them. They look great. They're very eye-popping, very eye-catching, the way they sit on the table. And their design, the art on them, does make them look really good. They look the way they're supposed to be. You know, you look at it, they're colored, they're featured, and it definitely drags your mind, your imagination, right to where it's supposed to be. I do find that having these on the table, if you do table builds, that they really do help kind of bring your game to life to a little bit of an extra degree than if you weren't using it. Now, the card stock is good. I really don't think it could have been much thicker. I think that would have made it too heavy, more expensive, weighed it down a little bit much, and made the parts that you're supposed to bend for certain things on it, certain builds, would have made that more difficult. So I think it's really the perfect level of the card stock thickness that it should be. And as I just mentioned, the artwork that they put on these card stocks to help bring you more into the game mentally is a really good job. They went out of their way to make everything about these card stocks feel and look pretty damn cool. I even like some of them, some of the boards and the cobbles. They pop out. Or you can keep them in. Maybe the fencing, maybe the palisade wall, maybe the bench has some knots in it. It's old, it's worn, or maybe not. Maybe the cobblestone road or wall, the stone wall, has some holes in it, or maybe not. That's really cool that they added that. Just a little bit of detail that you don't really see in the resin stuff. Maybe because it's harder for them to do it in that. But yeah, very, very cool. I like that a lot. Now, these are customizable. Sure, you do buy them in sets. As far as I know, you can't buy them like just a box of random Lego. Can you even buy just a box of random Lego anymore? It's not sold quite like that, but you can. These are modular. You don't have to build just the build that's there, especially if you have multiple sets. In fact, there really is no stable set. You use the tavern or the beer or the mead hall. You use the mead hall and with a Northern Homestead, and you can put them together with the accessory set, and you can make a stable, which is pretty cool. But I mean, that's a mix and match that they've planned on. But you can really use these pieces to build anything. One little drawback I have is that they don't come with instructions, but if you go to their site, they have a lot of great videos from the creators of the game showing how to do the build. Sometimes you gotta be, really keep your eye peeled, really watch what they're doing because they go a little fast. But it's helped me in just about every single one of my builds put it together. So that is handy. Now, I like the fact that they're perfectly sized for 28 millimeter terrain setting miniature style. There've been a couple of other cardboard things that I tried out that were sized like 15 millimeter, and I just, hey, that's their thing. That's their thing, sure. But I kind of wish that they would just get on board with making 28 millimeter their standard, or just adding 28 millimeter as another option to their builds, because I think they would get a lot more sales from the RPG, D&D, Pathfinder kind of communities. But the fact that this is scaled for 28 millimeter, oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much. You know exactly what to do. Now, another thing that I do like about these, yes, because they're not resin, they are going to be a little bit less durable. I get that. But they're also a little bit less expensive. And that helps a lot, especially when you're trying to build an entire, city or an entire dungeonscape as opposed to just one room and corridor at a time that you'll mix and match out from encounter to encounter. When you're trying to build on a big scale, money matters. So since these are less expensive, and as long as you be smart, handle them, pay attention when you're handling them. Pay attention when you put them away. Yes, they can be disassembled and then reassembled for easy storage. With the exception of the ruins, though, I don't disassemble anything. Once it's made, boom, it goes into a hard plastic container to stay safe until I need to use it again. But that's my own personal decision. You can disassemble it every time if you want to. That's another part of this being, like modular thing, which really works out and is a bonus, is like a plus that you wouldn't expect from this. Now, I'm showing off and talking specifically from my knowledge of the fantasy terrain stuff, but they have more than, in fact, they even have a new fantasy terrain stuff that kickstarted this past year, near the end of the year, for dungeons, a very specific dungeon set, which looks really cool. I'd love to get my hands on that. But right now, I got my money in a little bit too many other RPG things right now. Maybe down the road, I get that cool ass dungeon set. But yeah, they have fantasy stuff. They have sci-fi stuff. They have modern stuff. Yeah, you want a modern city, street and building, police station. They got that for 28 millimeter too. So, and from what I can tell, and I hope this is right, fingers, tails, and toes crossed. I hope that they are still planning on supporting this, not just what is already out by Battle Systems. I'm really hoping that they're going to continue with new stuff. I'd love to, see some new stuff by them, and it's very addictive. I find their terrain stuff very addictive. Overall, I love the look of this. When comparing it to other stuff, I'm not even using my Dwarven Forge anymore. The only stuff at all I use is this and the Warlock tiles, and I think these two systems work well together. Where the Battle Systems has a more rural countryside feel to a lot of the stuff. While you have the town and village stuff in Warlock, seems a little bit more like a town, instead of a rural, tiny little village thing. So using the two of them, I think the two of them, come together, work well together. I love using them together, actually. So don't be afraid. I don't think anyone really is, but don't be afraid to mix and match your sets, especially if they look good together. But yeah, if you're looking for some table terrain stuff, and you're not happy with spending the amount of money that you're going to spend for the plastic and resin stuff, take a look. Take a further look into Battle Systems. Go to their website. Look at some online games that have set them up. Usually I say, don't listen to the influencers. Be informed. Is what I usually say. That you should just judge everything if you're going to like a game and not on a playthrough. But you can't really get a playthrough of this now, can you? But I have a ton of still shots of these things and all my RPG stuff. There's a slideshow just for Battle System stuff I have. And other people have put up pictures too. So go take a look at how this looks and watch some of the assembly videos. And I think if you watch those, forget about what me or any other, personality here, Floating Head says. Just go with your gut feeling. But hopefully you're gonna see them the way I see them, and I think they're pretty damn cool. So yeah, go! Check out this game that I love so much. Game system stuff. Battle Systems. I think you might like it.